start recording so I don't forget that. Then let's get to streaming, shall we? All right. Continue. Okay. Go live.
How are your little pigs doing?
Those babies were so sweet. Oh my gosh. Love having little baby pigs. I don't know if you saw
They're,
on Facebook, I had them in my bathroom. I was feeding
they're
them in my
adorable. Lord, they
shower.
are adorable.
Uh-huh. They all have new homes, those little guys. They squeaked their way right out of here. The last little girl that I loaded up, she was so dramatic. I'm like, listen. I picked her up and she's just like screaming all over the place, and the guy's looking at me like, I'm like, she'll be fine. She's just a little worked up.
She's gonna change. She's gonna change.
Yes, I promise she'll be good. All right, here we go. Happy Monday, you all. Thank you for being here. Good morning to you. Momentum Monday is what we're calling this. And these will be shared on YouTube as well. So if you ever want to come back and watch the replay, you can do that. And I'm excited to share that with you. So anytime, go ahead back there and watch. These will be happening every Monday. Feel free to bring a friend, a neighbor, a sister, a brother, someone who you think needs to hear some motivation in the morning, someone who you think could use a different mindset, and keep bringing yourself. So, emotional exhaustion. Anyone feel emotionally tired? Just, oh, everybody. Yeah. So, some of you are not tired because life is impossible. You're tired because your mind never stops reacting. What do I mean by that? I mean, every text means something to you. Every look that you catch means something to you. Every delay means something to you. Every emotion turns into a full mental experience. And eventually, your nervous system stops feeling safe. And it's not because everything's wrong. It's because your brain never gets a break from interpretation. Do you know what I'm saying? When you're walking, maybe, I picture high school right away is what comes to mind. Walking down the hall in high school and you catch a side glance, or rolling of the eyes, or looking down, or ignoring. And then we make a whole story. Did they see me? Why did they say hi? What did I do wrong? Do they like me? And we go on and on and on. And that can last all day. That can last 4 days. So I want you to think about, what is something small lately that became emotionally bigger in your mind than it needed to be, that's causing you emotional exhaustion? An example, I have actually a couple of examples here of things that can happen. You text somebody and they haven't responded yet. So that's a fact. That's just basic, neutral information. I sent a text, they have not responded. Emotional exhaustion puts a story around that. They're upset with me. I said something wrong. You know what? I'm being ignored. That doesn't feel good. That's a lot different than just they haven't responded yet. Or another one, your boss emails you. Can we talk tomorrow? Just a fact, just neutral, just a question. But then the story comes in. I'm in trouble. I bet I messed something up. Am I getting fired? Did she say something? What are some moments that you find yourself emotionally exhausted? Is it with text messaging? Is it in the tone of someone's voice? Being left? Making a mistake? You notice someone's acting a little different? Maybe you're uncertain about the future. This is what I want you to hear. If you're feeling emotionally exhausted, it's not from the emotion itself. It's from rehearsing the emotion instead of processing it. We get a whole story going about what's going on, and our emotional orbit gets out of whack. So now your body starts reacting to a story that's never even happened yet. This is so important to tune into because we do this a lot. We operate our lives based on assumption because we don't want to go get clarity. We don't want to ask somebody, is that what you meant? When you said that, is this what that means? Or when you did that, or when you didn't text back, I'm making that mean I'm not important, or you don't care, or you're ignoring me. Is that what you mean? Not many people are willing to go ask that question and get that clarity for themselves. So then we stay emotionally activated all day long, spinning a story. Emotions are normal. Rehearsing them is not. The more we rehearse it, it becomes an identity. So we stop saying, I feel anxious, and that becomes, I'm an anxious person. We stop saying, I feel rejected, and we start believing, people always leave me. The emotion becomes who you are. We stop saying, I take a while to get things done, and we start saying, I am a procrastinator. Processing emotions looks like, I feel hurt that she canceled. I notice disappointment. I'm going to let myself feel this without making it mean something terrible. So you might cry, you might journal, you might breathe. Maybe you have an honest conversation with yourself or with the friend. You allow the feeling to happen in your body. And then eventually the nervous system settles and the emotion moves on. Rehearsing the emotion, which is what a lot of us are good at without you. And it's not like we're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go rehearse boredom today. We're not doing it on purpose. We're not. But rehearsing the emotion looks like, she canceled because I'm not important. This always happens to me. I should have known she'd cancel. What did I do wrong? When will I learn? Then we replay the text, we replay the conversation, we imagine future rejection, we check social media. She's not busy with someone else, is she? And then we retell the story multiple times. Anyone who calls, hey, guess what? Let me tell you what happened. Yeah? Now the emotion is no longer just disappointment. Now we've got disappointment from the original, we didn't get a response, and we also have fear, shame, panic, anger, self-doubt. So the mind keeps reopening the wound. That's emotional rehearsal, and it creates unnecessary suffering. That tires us out. This is why emotional sobriety is so important, which, side note, June 24th, 6:30 p.m., I am teaching a class on emotional sobriety. This means you feel your emotions. This means without building, you have one emotion and you're not building another emotional crisis around it. You're not drowning that one emotion with all these other emotions from a story. You can feel disappointment without spiraling into hopelessness. You can feel uncertainty without emotionally flooding yourself. You can feel hurt without turning it into your identity. That's emotional steadiness. And emotional steadiness will change your life. That's what will tell you, I can handle this. I've got the capacity for this. No, I don't like feeling hurt. No, I don't like feeling stressed. No, I don't like feeling bored or lonely. But can I? Yes, I can. Every single one of us can feel those things. Your body is built for it. So I want you to zoom out. Zoom out from the day-to-day, the narrow hallway that we walk of, this is what I'm going to do, this is my routine. Imagine how different your life would feel if you stopped reacting to every thought, if you stopped personalizing everything, if you stopped emotionally rehearsing conversations all day. How much energy would come back to your life? How much more present would you feel? The goal is not to become emotionless. The goal is to become less emotionally hijacked. So we can have emotion and it doesn't need to stop the day, and the day now is all about that emotion. Some science, and then I want to hear from you. You're quiet. Your brain is designed to look for danger. So when your mind keeps replaying these emotional stories, your nervous system starts reacting as if those stories are current threats. Some of you who have been coaching with me long enough know that I say this a lot. We cannot feel pain of yesterday today unless our mind wakes it up again. So if someone didn't call me back yesterday, that cannot bother me today unless I come into today with thinking of yesterday. You know what happened yesterday? She didn't call me back. Now I've reminded myself and I wake that feeling up again. If I move on with my day and I don't go back, that feeling does not come back. All right? So, when we stay in that emotional loop where we're hijacked, your stress hormones stay activated, your body stays alert, your brain keeps searching for more evidence. There's more proof, and there's more proof, and there's more proof. And that's why spiraling feels physically exhausting. So if we pause before we add meaning to something, we create a space and we can see the difference between what happened and the story of what happened. And that space calms the nervous system, and only you can give that space to yourself. So you do not need to solve every emotion immediately. Emotional maturity looks like feeling something without making it bigger. So not every emotion needs a reaction. Not every emotion needs a panic response or a shutdown or a major decision. Sometimes the strongest thing you can say is, this is a feeling. This does not mean something needs to happen. This is not who I am. This is not the whole story. This is a feeling. A feeling is one part of the story, you all. There's at least 4 other parts. The circumstance, what happened. You're thinking about what happened. What did you do or what did you stop doing while that was happening? And what result is being created? Those are 4 other parts of the story that frankly are a lot more interesting and help us move forward if we go and look at those other parts of the story. But we get stuck in the feeling. We get stuck in that turmoil. We get stuck in the emotional chaos and we exhaust ourselves. Then we get home and wonder, why do we crash at the end of the day? Why am I in the cookies? I didn't do that all day. Michelle?
Well, I think these classes are really helping me. I'm not going to go into it in too detail because it's too much to go into, but a long story short is I have this neighbor who has literally been torturing me for 15 years to the point where I had to get a order of protection. And he goes down to North Carolina for part of the time and then comes back. But anyway, every year I anticipate him coming back for 6 or 8 weeks and, stalking me, looking in my driveway and doing stupid stuff. But anyway, he came back on my husband's birthday. And, normally I would be a panic. I would get like, my heart would start racing and I would be afraid to leave my driveway with fear of him coming after me and that. And I do have to have a security system up because he has been um, known to come and look in my windows and take all the buds off of my rose bushes and stuff that's crazy, really. But anyway, um, I decided that this time I'm not going to look at the surveillance. I'm not. And you know what? It's making me so much less anxiety about what, because then I'll see, oh my gosh, did you see what he did? He came in our driveway and he peeked in to see if my car was here. Or, and today my husband left for a doctor's appointment, and sure enough, he didn't know if I was in there. Sure enough, he chased right after my husband when he left. And then when my husband, when I don't know, he couldn't catch him, he came back, and I took my car and just zipped out, and just like, I have to speed away. It's sad that I have to do this, but I didn't have that anxiety. I didn't have that. I don't care. Which normally I would already play the story out. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to call the Board of Health on us. He's going to do this. He does. He's going to call the senator, whatever. But instead of me going there, I'm like so much at peace this time. He's there. Oh, well, I live there. He lives there. You go do you and I do me. Just leave me alone.
Excellent. Yeah. So
I
keeping
wasn't
your
ever like
thinking.
that for 15 years.
Yeah. We can exhaust ourselves
go
by
ahead.
trying to get into other people's thinking and trying to figure out what are they doing, or what's the point, or what's your intention here. It's much more powerful, you all, to stay in our own thinking. What am I making this mean? What do I need for a next step? What boundary is going to protect my emotional well-being and physical? But boundaries can be used for emotional well-being as well. Thank you, Michelle. All right. Sorry about the background noise, y'all. Is that better? Did it go away? Okay. It's raining. I didn't know my speaker is so good, but that's what it was. It's rain. Not bingo balls. That was someone said, I think. Okay. Emotional patterns that can lead to exhaustion. Do you do any of these? Overthinking, people pleasing, assuming the worst, replaying conversations, taking responsibility for everyone else's feelings. Do we do these things? And if so, which one are you tired of carrying? What are you ready to be done with? All of the above, says Leah. I'm going to put that list right in the chat for you. And if you're on Facebook, you all, and you want to be in the Zoom room, you can do that. There's a link there that you can join if you want to be in the chat, or raise your hand to get coached. So overthinking, people pleasing, assuming the worst, replaying conversations, taking responsibility for everyone else's feelings. Nowhere in that list is self-care. Nowhere in that list is, what do I need today? Nowhere in that list is, what's my energy like today? So tell me, where are you exhausting yourself? Where are you spending your time and your energy? And what is it at the cost of in your own life? Is there anyone who wants to share or wants coaching on this morning? If this one thing wasn't pulling at you or pulling at your thinking all day, what would you be free to do? What would your day be like? Would you create something? Would you complete something? Would you get curious about something? Leah?
I'd be able to focus better on the right things if I wasn't so busy on everything else.
Okay.
If my head wasn't so busy. My head is
Yeah.
very busy.
Yeah. What makes something a right thing? How do you know?
Okay, so let's say what I meant is I'll have a little more time for real self-care and
Okay.
true introspection, into myself, not
So-
really managing the whole world.
So I'd have more time for me, essentially.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. You all, if you could pick even just one area this week to minimize what you're doing, overthinking, people pleasing, like pick one area and just say, this week I'm going to try doing less of that. When I notice I've been thinking about something and it's not the time to be thinking about it, I'm going to give myself the gift of a decision. That's that. Here's the decision. If I need to redecide down the road, I will. We're not locked into anything, but we keep ourselves locked into sameness because we don't think we can go do anything different. And we're going to be 100% right about that unless we get up and go try something different to show ourselves maybe it is possible. Maybe that's not just for her or for him or for her over there. Maybe that's for me too. Yeah, it is. Harriet says, I assume the worst and overthink. What's the benefit of that? For most of us, the logical side of the brain is going to say, I don't know. But the habit brain says, well, obviously it's to keep you safe. Obviously it's to keep you alive. Obviously it's to make sure you have a good day. And that's where we update the narrative. A good day doesn't mean we've been happy all day. A good day doesn't mean we've been comfortable all day. A good day means we've been happy, we've been comfortable, we've been challenged, we've put ourselves out there, we've connected, we've felt something real. Yes, Deb. Foreboding joy, I think, is what they call that. She says, many of us were taught to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Okay, so this is nice, everything's going well, but be careful. This might last, or save for a rainy day. Yeah? What about today? What happens today? What do you get to act on today? What are you going to do in your life today? What step will you complete or start? Both feel good. Both show you that you've got something else to do. You've got somewhere else to go. Not only that, but when we get out of the habit of what we always do, we wake ourselves up. Think about driving home from work and taking a different way. What's that do to your thinking right away? Brings it right back to the present. Like, wait, which way am I going to go next? No, I have to go right here if I'm not going that way. Now we're tuned back into the present. Make different decisions in your day and it does the same thing. It calls your brain to the present. Hold on, we're not doing the same routine here. What's she doing? What's next? Okay, Linda says, I feel like caring grays out my need to people please or overthinking. Caring. Can you tell me more about that, Linda? Caring about what grays that out?
So, like when I care about somebody, I'm worried about if I hurt their feelings, so then I start overthinking.
I see. Okay, so that number one, that's nice of you to have empathy for someone. I want them to be okay. I don't want to cause any ill feelings for somebody. Number two, what people feel is their responsibility. What we feel, you all, is directly related to what we are thinking. It's not related to what's happening. So back to if someone doesn't write us back or someone doesn't call us back and we feel, worried maybe. We're not worried because we didn't get a call back. We're worried because of what we're making that mean. Is she mad at me? Did I do something? Is she okay? That creates worry. Someone just not calling is neutral until we put meaning on it, and now we have a feeling. Okay, so anything anyone's feeling is from their own thinking, and it's going to likely be thinking that they've been brought up with or just witnessed or seen and feels normal for them. So this is where we go in and we can ask for clarity, which in the beginning of this workshop I shared that not many people are willing to do that. It's scary. When you didn't message me back, did that mean whatever you're making it mean? That's scary because one, you're exposing your vulnerability of I didn't like that. And two, they could confirm, yeah, that is what I mean. It wasn't that important to me today. And that wouldn't feel good either. But now we're dealing with the truth instead of assumptions. And even the truth, if you don't like it, is easier to put down than assumptions and wondering and confusion. That causes spiraling and emotional chaos. The other thing about people pleasing, you all, is we do this. I think we We must have all seen the same commercial for people pleasing and thought, yes, that looks like the way to do it. Here's the truth of it. It's not for other people. It's for you. It's for you. We do things for other people so that they feel better, so that we feel better. I feel a lot better knowing you're not upset over anything I did than I would feel knowing you might be upset. I don't like that. So, once we understand that the reason we people please is so that other people feel better, so that we feel better, we can take a much more direct route that does not include other people. What would it take for me to feel better about this decision? What would I need to share? What would I need to know for myself to not feel guilty for making this decision? All right. You with me? Yeah? Okay, I have an invitation. The work is not about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming emotionally safer for yourself to live inside of. You can live with emotion as long as you teach yourself how to explain what's happening. This is the work that we do in Birch and Stone. Every day, all day, it feels like we practice emotional steadiness, self-trust, clear thinking, supporting your nervous system so that you don't feel stressed and activated all day long, and learning how to move through the emotions without spiraling inside them. If that sounds like you, if that's support that you want that you don't have, please just put a comment or send me a message and I will reach out to you. I'll send you information on the membership. I'll send you information on the podcast that we have that you can listen to. And we'll be back again next Monday, and I'd love to see you. A closing quote: you do not have to attend every emotional reaction you are invited to. You do not. I'll be back again next week, same time, same place. Thank you for being here. Oh yeah, Christine, I got you on that, huh? The people pleasing. Yes, we do it for ourselves. We do it for ourselves. We're taught that that is a way that we can feel better. And it is a way, but it's an exhausting way because the people out there change too. And what they might like this day, they don't like this day. No different than you or I. Sometimes we're great in the morning. And sometimes, like, oh, give me a minute. That's human behavior. Yes, Kathia, emotional sobriety class is June 24th. That's a Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern. You're welcome, Joanne. It was great to see you. I hope to see you again if you're up early. All right, everybody, have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys. Thanks, Em.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Emily.
See you later.
Bye.